Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
How is everybody today?
Oh, we gotta do some sharing.
We got to do some sharing. Yeah, thank you, Mark Zuckerberg, for your. Oh, dear. Yeah, do y'all know that
Ooh.
if you run a Facebook group now, you no longer can use a third party app to stream? Thank you, Mark. You're just
Remember,
amazing.
hey, remember that one time when we were really excited about finding our third party,
Remember that?
and
Yeah.
then we got to share it to all, and
Yeah.
then it's
And
like
it
when
made our
we
job
find it,
easier.
yeah, it made it really easy.
Yeah.
And then it seems like when we find it and then
Mm-hmm.
we use it, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, CAM health coaching people are using this, so we got
Oh,
to change things up now and
we
make it
don't like
harder."
their message, so we're gonna take that app away. I get annoyed very easily. So I'm sporting a couple of things today. We're going with the 80s. All
All
right, you were
right.
not born then,
Yes,
but
I
we're going with
was.
the
Thank you.
80s, and we're sporting our brother Kevin's band, the J
Oh,
Baker
nice.
3 band. Hey guys, yeah. So we're kind of a mixture of a little bit of everything, and I got my pearls on, so I'm just
Amazing.
potpourri of different vibes today.
And I'm out of the shower with my head still wet.
Well, and my head is not completely 100% with us because we are out of here on vacation. So
Yeah,
I said we
mine.
would stick around to do the live and then out.
Well,
So
that's gonna be fun. I'm
yeah.
excited for you. I'm
How
gonna
are
be
you?
here. I'm gonna be here by
Taking care
myself
of our
without
clients,
you.
right? Don't let them get away with anything when I'm
No,
gone.
that's no, ever.
Had a really good group last night.
Did you?
We have an addiction food addiction support group on Monday nights, and we had a really good group.
Good.
Those girls, and there's only women in there right now, but they're growing. They're growing. They're beating their addiction, and it was just fun. I was
That's awesome.
encouraged.
That's awesome. I love
Happy
it.
birthday to my husband
Happy
yesterday. I
birthday,
am now
Brian.
married to an old man.
He's not there yet. He's
He's
not there
40.
yet.
He
Don't
is
age him.
49.
That's
I wouldn't think twice about it, except
you're
I'm
there.
6 months behind him. So now reality has hit, and I'm like, uh,
Yeah.
50 scares
Well,
me. 50 scares
why?
me.
That's like a new opening. Like I see it as like another like exciting time and exciting season.
Yeah, it could be.
You gotta look at it that
It's all
way.
about perspective, for
As the
sure.
young one that's not there yet.
Yes, little
Let me
baby.
tell me that when
Little
I'm
baby.
turning
Hey
50.
guys, we had one of my favorite podcasts just dropped this morning. We talked about how we implement life coaching in with weight loss coaching.
Yeah.
And so, by the way, title of this session today is "What questions do you have for the coaches?" Because I didn't remember to change that. So you take advantage of that. If you have any questions for us today, let us step in and answer those. So
Yes.
that the floor is open for any of our visitors that have questions about weight
Yeah.
loss. I
Hey,
lost
let us be
100.
able to use. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I lost 120 pounds. Coach
Yeah.
Darcy lost 70 pounds,
Yeah.
and we've kept it off for the last 7 years. And
Mhm.
so we are here to answer your questions. What were you going to say, Coach?
I was gonna say, give us an excuse to use that fancy button that I made, our soapbox
Oh
button.
yeah. Oh yeah.
I
Definitely
made
we need
that.
to use the soapbox button.
Yeah. I'm
So
excited.
if you're looking for a podcast, I just dropped the links in our comment section. So go check that out. We really talked and we broke down we kind of showed you what happens under the scenes when we do coaching sessions, and we kind of gave you a look under the hood for you guys who like to, to do that, with your cars, whatever. But we kind of gave you a sneak preview of what we do and how we use life coaching in our sessions and how we couldn't do our job without it. So
Right.
really good podcast. So if you wouldn't mind sharing that podcast and giving us a review, those are really helpful for the algorithm.
For sure.
Apparently, Apple really likes reviews. So if you have a nice review, if you hate us, you can go ahead and leave that too. We're good. So
Yeah. We don't care.
yeah. So today we're going to talk about what do we eat in a day.
Yeah.
A lot of times we have a lot of requests for this podcast, this live, because a lot of people, they don't understand what keto is. They don't understand what we do every day. And they just want a simple message. What do you eat during the day? And so we have a disclaimer to make um, because because I eat really weirdly. So we're going to give you a realistic view. We're going to give you our crazy view. And then we're going to give you a view of what do we do when we go out.
Yeah.
I'll talk a little bit about vacation, what Brian and I have planned, and how we're going to eat when we go out. So what do we eat in a day? So which one should we start with? Should we start with? Let's start with us. Let's start with get the weird off the table.
Okay.
And you see, here's the thing. I find a lot of comfort in simplicity. If I know something works, and if I know that it is clean, and I know that my body will be fueled by it, I'll eat it. Now, there's a danger in that because we cannot do the same thing every day because our body will adapt and we will, we will have metabolic adaptation, and that causes a stalling when it comes to weight loss. When you're in maintenance, it's not so bad. However, your body loves different things. Actually, your body loves the same things because that's how it keeps you alive during times of famine. However, we don't like that because then our bodies adapt to those calories, to those macros, to those things. And so it's not always a great thing to eat the same thing every day. A lot of people do that with fasting. They fast the same time every day. You got to shake that up. You got to confuse your body if you want to lose weight, if you want to lose body fat. So what we do is not always the greatest thing. It's the safe thing. And I want my clients to find safety in the same thing, because when you find safety and simplicity, it's a lot easier to live this lifestyle, right? So, but the bad thing is your body can adapt. So let's talk about that. So let's say you have a simple day, Darce, and let's say the kids, it's just a normal day. And then we'll talk about the ball field because that's not, well, it will be normal for you. But let's talk about a normal day. What do you do in a realistic day?
Well, here's my complicated response to that. It's because since I do a little bit different, I eat with my hormones. I eat how to feed those.
Yeah.
So each week's not going to be the same.
Right.
But, if we're just doing our normal keto day, Mark and I will wake up, we'll have breakfast. He usually makes us eggs with a slice of cheese on the top of it, melts it on there. Sometimes we'll have bacon with that. And we share an avocado. So that's like our breakfast.
How do you share an avocado? I need the whole thing.
We split it in half.
I need the whole darn avocado.
Well,
I would not share that. I would not.
But listen, Linda, we have like a whole lot of other food with it. So let's start with each meal. Let's go back and forth.
Okay. All right.
Okay. What do you do for breakfast?
Eggs and bacon on a normal morning.
Oh, wait, times.
Yes. Brought me back to my childhood.
I know. It did. Trigger. Are we for coffee?
Can I tell you what I found on TikTok? Keep that coffee.
Squirrel. Yes,
I
squirrel.
found this neck firming cream.
Are you?
I'm not even kidding about that. It works. Neck firming. I am getting the wrinkles out of my neck. I just noticed my neck on this video. It's working. Yeah, on TikTok. You have coffee.
I'd like to know your other TikTok purchases. It's just like when I was selling at work. And
I had a bad purchase. I had a really bad purchase, and I left a very not nice review because, I can't reach it. Maybe I can. Hold on a minute. I bought a purse, a beautiful crossbody leather purse on TikTok. It came in the mail today. This is what came in the mail. This is what came in the mail. What? My purse. And it was full of these stickers. That's a TikTok purchase, y'all.
Well, wait a minute. So you didn't even get a purse?
I didn't get my purse. I got an empty bag full of stickers.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, I was mad.
I wouldn't have been. They
refunded me, and I was mad that they refunded because I wanted the purse. Don't
I
buy
was like,
anything on TikTok. I
unless
use
it's neck firming cream,
yes.
because that
Can you
apparently
see?
works.
Can you
No,
see it?
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You had coffee. You were talking about
Yes,
coffee.
so my coffee choices would be, black coffee, or I like to sauce it up with my fats if I
Hmm.
know what my day
Do you do
may
that
look
with your
like.
eggs? With your eggs, or do you
I
do it on? Is that another day?
No, I have when we cook our eggs, we cook it in butter, but we kind of use the same butter,
Hmm.
on the
Yeah.
pan. So
Yeah.
Mark, I don't know, Mark does that. But I will add some coconut oil if I want to kind of extend that breakfast
Hmm.
past a certain time.
Hmm.
So I'm not necessarily needing to stop and have lunch. That's what it
Hmm.
is. I was trying
Yeah.
to figure out what was in between. Um, and so then I'll add my fats, and maybe that's when I'll put my heavy cream.
Uh
Some
huh.
days I don't, some days I
Yeah.
do. And
Yeah.
definitely have my vitamins. That's
Yeah.
that's my other
Oh,
morning
yeah. You
routine.
can't
Like,
do your vitamins on an empty
I
stomach because
still feel that in my
mine
throat.
are stuck right here right
It's a
now.
lot. We really should, take smaller portions of our vitamins so we're not feeling them in our throat still. But
I hate taking pills so much that I just want to get it all over with and just
I,
shove them down.
yeah.
So, so
So that's
yeah,
my
what I do, again, depending on, and you need to plan this the night
normal
before.
keto,
Yeah,
normal
but you
keto.
need to plan the night before. Is tomorrow a workout day? Is tomorrow, a
Hmm.
lazy get up day? Is tomorrow a hormone day? Right. So you've got
Right.
to like
But
process
we're
it
just
kind
doing
of
keto.
the night before. But even then, even with keto,
Yeah.
and totally get it, but you still have to process
Right.
what you are doing that day. And so a normal keto day for me, I don't like to eat breakfast. And so my breakfast usually is my coffee. Or I will have a lot of times I'll have Greek yogurt. This morning was a workout day, and I don't like to eat before I work out.
It's
If I
terrible.
if I feel like a little bit weak, I will have like a cup of berries before an hour before I work out, just for that sugar boost if I need more power in the gym. Um, like I'm really good at the gym. I'm not. I'm the weakest of my class. But if I feel faint or if I feel yucky, I will have, a cup of berries before because they say, oh, you need carbs. You don't need carbs. You just need a boost of glucose, which is the berries.
Hmm.
And so then I'll come home and I want to have protein within an hour after. And so this morning I came home and I had a cup of Greek yogurt. I put some skinny syrup in there and I put some protein powder in the yogurt. Kind of had this, and some unsweetened coconut flakes. So that's what I had. And that will get me through the afternoon. So
Hmm.
that's on a workout day. If I am not working out, I really just do my coffee, and I do not do black coffee, so I'll put heavy cream in it.
Right.
I'll put some LMNT in there, some salted caramel, and sometimes I'll put some coconut oil in there just for some extra fat to get going through the day. So,
Right.
what is when you talk about your hormones, when you are in a hormone feeding cycle, do you change your breakfast at all?
Well, during that time, we're not supposed to fast because there
Mm-hmm.
are the days where I do fast in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
where I'll push my breakfast till later, and it'll be a short fast. So
Mm-hmm.
I'll have we get dinner done real quick at our house because we have baseball to go to, and I'm not coming home and eating at 9 o'clock at night.
Right.
So we have our dinner early. So we have a good amount of time that I'm fasting, but I'll push it to probably like 10 or 11,
Right.
which doesn't seem like very long fast, but most of that time you're sleeping. So
Mm-hmm.
during that time I will, but during my hormonal feasting time, that's when I will have my breakfast. I will make
Mm-hmm.
a hearty breakfast, and then that's when I then go into my next meal, which I'll have maybe some higher carbs with that's
Mm-hmm.
low in calories, so that I'm not filling up my
So more
calories too much.
starchy veggies.
More, well, I do like a yellow apple.
Okay.
That's my
Right.
go-to, because I know like put those carbs up there real
Right.
big, but it's like 10 calories.
Yeah.
But it's not that I'm trying to shove a whole bunch of carbs in my system, because I don't feel good when I eat a whole lot of
No.
carbs. I
No.
don't like this phase a whole lot.
Right.
So I've adjusted it over time for me.
Yeah.
because I don't like to be out of the state of ketosis for a very long time.
No, you
I
feel
feel
really
it.
bad. A
Yeah.
lot of people just they laugh at the whole ketosis thing, but they don't realize that you actually feel at the top of your game when you're
Yeah.
in ketosis. You feel like you have a clear head.
Yeah.
You feel like, you've got energy because the ketones are working.
Hmm.
And so people prefer that. They do not like our hormone feeding fast. They don't like that
No, they
program
don't.
at all.
I also feel extra like inflamed,
Yeah,
like
you
I'm
do. Your
swollen, you know.
fingers are,
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah. So because those extra carbs, you have
yeah.
extra water being retained, and it's just you feel it.
Yeah. When we
So
designed that program, we designed it around
yeah,
Dr. Mindy Peltz's
yeah,
program.
yeah.
And I think
Change it up.
didn't we change it up? That last
Yeah.
2 weeks is too long for a
It's
hormone
too
feed.
long. I understand the point of it.
Yeah.
You know,
Need
I listen to
progesterone.
my body. Once you
Hmm.
get to a certain point where you're able to listen to your body and what it needs, that's when, I push my phase before that a little bit more and further.
Hmm.
So I'm maybe doing 5 days
Yeah.
beforehand.
Yeah.
So I'm not.
That's what I've found is people like 5 days, that week right before
Hmm.
their cycle, hormone feed. When we talk about hormone feed, we're not talking about going to ultra processed crap. We're not
No.
talking about that. We're talking about
No.
starchy veggies. We're talking about nature made foods,
Hmm.
nothing pre-made, nothing processed. Because a lot of people they misunderstand what we mean by that. And we'll do a whole show. Actually, that's
Really
coming
good.
up. As soon as I get back from vacation, I can do some. Well, we're going to do a science show on hormones and keto. But let's go back to normal keto. So
Yes.
breakfast, eggs, bacon. Sometimes we do coffee.
Hmm.
Sometimes we do. Sometimes I like to do it like a homemade granola. Be careful that it's not processed. Be careful
Yes.
there's no sugar in it. Homemade granola and some Greek yogurt. If I'm feeling heavy and if I'm feeling like that, just not wanting, I'll do berries.
Hmm.
If I'm feeling hungry, I'm going to go to my fats and my proteins. I'm going to make sure my protein, I try to get 30 grams of protein in each meal because that keeps me satiated. That's a natural GLP-1 where I'm not having that hunger noise anymore.
Right.
So that's breakfast. Anything else for breakfast that you might think of? Sometimes we'll do a chaffle. That's a kind of
Hmm.
a fancier way, but
That is fancy.
it's almond flour, eggs, and cheese
Yeah.
into
The
a
thing,
waffle.
I did try a new thing this week, and because I got into that cottage cheese kick of like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
look, all the things you can do with that. You gotta be careful with that,
Yeah.
because it's dairy.
Yeah.
But I also found a thing with chia seeds, and
Mm-hmm.
the one I don't like tapioca pudding,
Mm-hmm.
and to me the seeds kind of
Yeah.
turn into that texture. So
Yeah.
I found a guy who said, just blend them first
Uh-huh.
and then do it. So that to me tasted more of the texture of oatmeal.
Yeah.
And so I was
And
able to
flax
use
seeds.
it.
I do flax seeds in
Mm.
that too, depending on your estrogen level and
Right.
depending on your hormone needs.
Yeah. So I tried that and I really enjoyed it.
Mhm.
I used my allulose in there and my, what is it? My almond milk.
Yeah.
And they're kind of like overnight oats. So then
Yeah.
I put in a large mason jar and I've been dishing out of that.
Uh-huh.
And so,
Yeah.
yeah, that's kind of my new breakfast. I kind of like it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So then what do we do for lunch?
so lunch, it depends on because sometimes depending on how many eggs I had or
Mhm.
didn't have, I will. I'm also learning that I have a procrastination issue.
Mm-hmm.
30 some years later, I already
Yeah.
know. I already know I have a procrastination
Mhm.
issue.
It's the first step,
So
admitting.
I will typically go and have like some days I will just have some veggies, like some
Mhm.
broccoli and or some celery, things like that, just to get that munch out because I know I'm not super hungry from lunch
Mhm.
or breakfast. So I'll have that, and then that holds me off until dinner time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll do some turkey.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get Costco's like organic, so it doesn't have any like pre-made
Yeah.
grossness to it.
So I have a home office. We have a home office, but I work with clients all day. I take the noon hour off. So I just, I'm close to the kitchen. I love to make the keto chicken nuggets. It's so fast and it's so filling that it will take me sometimes past supper. Sometimes I can't eat supper. Sometimes I'll make an entire can of the chicken nuggets, and I have some left over, and I'll make a really good Greek yogurt dressing, or like instead of ranch, I'll use the Greek yogurt and everything bagel. I had been in a kick of doing those bagel bites, with that one guy we found on TikTok. So
Yeah.
a couple of recipes that are so easy to
Yeah.
put together that I can go, that it is filling. Sometimes I just go grab some string cheese.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Simple.
it's just very simple. If I'm out to eat, so if I'm asked to go out to lunch, I will order a salad with some salmon. Always, always you need a protein. So I'll order a simple salad because I know that supper time, is not far around the corner. And my husband likes variety. And so I'm not a very good wife and I don't give him a lot of variety, but in my mind, I'd like to.
Right.
So he likes, I would be a great carnivore if I could have a salad at lunch. Like I
Right.
would be great because all I need is a steak,
Right.
But he's got to have the veggies and stuff like that. So that's what we do for dinner. Then it's a meat. And that's how we teach our clients: build around your plate, protein, the fats, and then a little tiny portion of carbs.
Yep.
So, what do you do for dinner?
So in my Y2K pantry that I have, I've got. It depends on what the evening holds. Usually, right now we have baseball. I'll have worship practice. Mark will have some pool, or I don't know what he has now. Oh, he has golf. That's what he has. So we have something going on. Like right now, I have a roast in the crock pot, just a brewing. I know that Silas will eat that. But we'll do that, like the protein. Some days it is a what do we do? We do like a siete almond flour wrap with turkey, like a meat in there. It's quick, it's easy, and we can be out the door real quick.
Yeah.
We also have what do we do? Tuna salad sometimes. We do chicken salad. Just really quick things. But if we know that we're not really going anywhere, then we have our meat that's already prepared.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's kind of
a lot of people freak out and they're like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know what to eat." You eat normal. You eat normal whole foods and you leave off the carbs.
right.
Truly, it's as simple as that. You eat what everybody else is eating and you leave off the carbs.
Yeah.
You leave off the white stuff, the sugar, the flour, and you replace that with a healthy fat so that you're not hungry, or more protein. It's so easy.
The thing that we've found that our go-tos, like our staples that we tend to go to, is our tacos. Like we over make taco meat because everybody in this house loves tacos. So we do that. And then some of those days we'll have chili. So we do our Texas chili, because did you know that in Texas they don't put beans in their chili?
Really? I didn't know that. No.
Yeah, they have beans, but they don't put it in their chili. So it originated. That chili originated in Texas. I read the history on this. Yeah. And so we're not unnormal by not putting beans in it. We just put extra things, and we make a bunch of it to have leftovers. So we create meals for meals the next day, unless Mark skipped a few meals beforehand and then he's hungry. Too much of
I've got that problem too. Yeah. We've been doing a lot of salmon lately because Brian's been going on a lot of fishing charters, and so I'll just pop that. The air fryer is my best friend. Best friend. I don't think there's a day. There's days I don't use my microwave anymore. It's all the air fryer.
Air fry.
And then of course I have to say, we all have to have the sweets and the treats, and my favorite right now is my Ninja Creamy. I have made I got some extra ones of those pints, and I've just created 10 bases, and so I just keep it in my freezer. Almond milk, heavy cream, and allulose, some Jordan Skinny syrup, and you've got a base for some really good vanilla ice cream that you can throw some berries in.
Right.
It's really not that complicated, you guys.
Right.
It's not that complicated. If you're feeling bored, by the way, I'm going to put the link for the Ninja Creamy right in our show notes here. But if you're getting bored, lighten it up. Then it's time to go if you're a client of ours, go to our meal planners. Go pull something out. The majority of people who say they're bored, they're just lazy. They're just not willing to go and spice it up. And that would be minus the convenience foods, minus the prepackaged, ultra processed foods. That's where everybody gets their escape. They go to those. But other than that, it's like eating normal. There's really no complications to this at all. If you're feeling like you're getting a little bit lax with your macros and you're a little bit, maybe you're eating too much, rein it in. Go with the more carnivore. Go with your meats, right?
I usually get, when I get into a weird funk where I'm like, I just had chicken, I just had ground beef. Like, what do we have? You gotta sometimes going over to the Pinterest world and scrolling foods and like, okay, how can I ketonize that? And that's how I do things. Sometimes, like, I know for you, like, sometimes meals are weird.
Yeah.
And it's just to fuel our body. Yeah. And I guess some people are just not okay with that for some reason, but to me, like, I don't care. Like, it's one of those things where my stomach's full. I'm good. There's always a new day. If I really wanted to put effort into it, I would try harder.
Yeah. You can make keto pizza, keto lasagna. Yeah. Every time I make keto lasagna, I'm like, why don't I do this more often?
I know.
Because it was so easy. But to me, it's like,
well, there's the one with the cottage cheese where that whole bowl, like, apparently that tastes like lasagna without the noodles. And you're like, I want to try that.
Yeah. So, I get on TikTok.
Anyway.
When I get bored, I get on TikTok. There's this one guy. Do you know who I'm talking about? He's the...
Probably. Does he talk like this?
Yeah, I hate his voice. But I just go to his page, and he does that thing at the end. Ooh, something. But he's brilliant. Like, he is absolutely
he takes.
Brilliant. So I just go scroll through his page and say, oh, I haven't had this in a while.
Yeah.
Wow. Our live just like disappeared from our page.
Did it?
So, yeah. I'm watching over on the Facebook and it just says, It says we're not live anymore.
Maybe they got bored.
Maybe Mark is taking it out because we...
I still see me.
Are you? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. It just went blank and it says your Facebook ended. So... I mean, I'm okay with that because I'm going, hey, before we go though, I want to give our free stuff away. We want to show everybody where our free stuff is. So we do a lot of coaching. Yeah.
What kind of free stuff do we have, Monica?
We do a lot of coaching in our free groups. And so some people, that's all they need. So we'll be right back to close up so that I can leave for vacation.
You're ready to go.
So
we didn't even talk about what we do when we go out to eat.
Well, that's what we're going to do when we come back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're not leaving. We'll be right back.
All right.
Monica here. Guess what? If you're fed up with feeling stuck in your battle with weight or food, I've got something just for you. Check out our free Facebook groups. Over at Food Addiction and Recovery, I'm over there waiting for you. We're going to walk this journey together. It's about getting real, sharing our stories, and lifting each other up. We're in this together every step of the way. And if you're curious about changing your life with keto, the Weight Loss Project is where you want to be. Coach Darcy is amazing. And together, we're not just talking about losing weight. We're talking about finding a happier, healthier you. So, what do you say? Are you ready to join us? The links are in the show notes below. And I'm telling you, this is more than an invite. It is the start of something great. We cannot wait to see you over there. All right. That. Barbara said we are not ended. We are still live.
Yeah. Yay.
It's my Facebook page. Oh, so we do something with our clients that probably not a lot of coaches do, and that's we teach real life. So meal plans, I could be a very wealthy business owner if I created meal plans to sell, and because you could make them pretty on Canva, and we could put them together, and we could be very, very wealthy. But I don't believe in them.
No,
I don't believe in them because real life is, hey, honey, you want to go to Olive Garden tonight, or hey, we've got a picnic this weekend.
You gotta go to the ball field.
Yeah. Our successful clients have a plan. Our unsuccessful clients do not have a plan, and they go into it with the idea that they're going to cheat and they're going to go off plan, and then they get frustrated when the weight does not come off. And they're like, see, the plan doesn't work. And we're like, are you working the plan? No, actually, I'm not. So it's a vicious cycle. And so we teach what's called real life keto. You can absolutely eat out anywhere you go. There's harder ones. The eating out at a Chinese restaurant is a little bit harder,
Well,
right?
yeah, it's so
But you can
hard.
do it. You can
You
do it.
can.
So let's talk. Let's close the show today by talking about how do we eat out.
Yeah.
And you take that one, Darcy, because you're good at
Okay.
that. And then I will take. I'll take the emotional one. What do you do when your friends say just one bite?
Okay.
Okay.
So with all the places that we're going to be, obviously we can't just, we can stay at home and eat all the time, but
Okay.
we don't eat often
Yeah.
out.
And we
We don't do that
recommend
often.
our newbies stay home
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what you're going to find in the end is that you're going to like your food way better. That's what we do. We cook out with our friends and we don't really go out to eat because we can make something immaculate and amazing and keto friendly, and you don't have to worry about because you know what's in the food. But when you do go out to eat, when I know that you have to go to the ball field and you just don't have time because you just got off work, or you got to think of like the 80-20 rule. You got to do that because you know that when you go out to eat, things are not going to be perfect.
You're going to cook your stuff.
You can always expect and try to say, hey, can you cook this in the butter because I am allergic? You can always use that excuse.
Absolutely.
Why not? Yeah, I do say that. Like, I'm allergic to that.
We are.
I don't do that. So you can always request it and do it kind. I always say to our clients, don't be snobby and rude to the people that are cooking your food. You be as kind as possible in a loving manner because they're the ones cooking your food and doing something, going the extra mile for you to have food. I'm paying for it. Well, still, like they don't have to do it. It's not. So anyway, be kind about it. But if you're going somewhere, you always focus around I'm going to say the naked meat. Don't go with the breaded meat.
Yeah.
Naked meat. Focus around what that is. It could be salmon. It could be chicken. It could be a steak. It could be, I know our steakhouse does a sirloin hamburger type thing. And that's a great choice. We have, I don't know if you have a Montana Mike's, but I don't know if that's
we
a chain.
don't. No.
But it's like Texas Roadhouse. But they have this sirloin steak that has the sirloin steak, and then it's got honey mustard, it's got mushrooms and onions, and it's got cheese on the top. Now, the only thing wrong with that thing was the honey mustard. So we asked them kindly, hey, can you keep the honey mustard off? Right there, you have a perfect meal. And then you can have a side of your vegetables.
Vegetables.
Yeah, the salad. You can have your broccoli. You can have your grilled zucchini, and that's when you can make sure you can ask, hey, can you grill this with butter instead of this oil? Just wherever you go, focus on the protein first to fill your tummy, and then go with the salad. And kind of skimp on the dressings. Like, hey, can you put the dressing on the side if they don't have an olive oil or balsamic vinegar, those types of things.
Yeah.
So
single ingredients.
And then when you go to the ball field, here's the tricky part. You're going to have to avoid all of those, the pizzas, the what is it? There's pretzels, all those things, the popcorn. They have hot dogs there. They have some of them have hamburgers. Just ask that without the buns. And then if you just load it up with mustard, bring your own ketchup if you have to. I know that for us, we will be packing our snacks. We will be packing extra things so that we don't have to pay. But I know my boys will want that special concession stand treat. So, bring some things for that. So you're not on a stranded island like, oh, I just had to add this ketchup because they didn't have any. You don't need a ketchup.
No,
got a lot of sugar in it.
Yeah.
There's sugar-free ketchup.
Dump the excuses. Dump the I had to. You don't have to do anything.
No.
Do you want to get healthy or do you not want to get healthy? That's going to be how serious you are. And same goes with what happens when we go out with our friends, or when a friend has a birthday party for us, or we get into the emotions over here of I don't want to hurt my friends. Yeah. What I tell my clients in that case is I tell them, are you going to have a continual relationship with this person? Is it a Bible study? Is it something with your kids? Is it, or is it something that it's a one and done thing? Okay. So there's two different things. If you are going to have another relationship with them, if you're going to have a continuous relationship with them, you have that hard conversation first.
Mm-hmm.
You say, and we did this with our brand new Bible study ladies. We were like, you know what? You're going to see me eat differently. You don't have to cater to me. I will bring my own food. I will bring enough for everybody. You don't have to, but things are going to look different. And I don't go off plan because my health is very, very important to me.
Mm-hmm.
Have that hard conversation with your family. Family members are the worst when it comes to trying to get you off plan. Family members are enablers. And it's really sad because typically they're jealous or they're mad or they're apparently what's on our plate depends on our happiness in this country that we live in, because people are offended when you don't have your plate full.
Yeah.
Because theirs is probably full. And so if you're going to have a continuous relationship with them, you have the hard conversation. You say, this is my new lifestyle. Take me or leave me, but I'm asking you to please support me and be firm. Be firm with them. If it's a one and done situation, let's say that there's a birthday party. Let's say, we're going to a birthday party and this wonderful lady, I won't cheat. Won't cheat. If I cheat, if I go off plan, I will go on a 30-pound sugar binge. I know who I am and I know the diet patterns I've had. This girl does not cheat. Okay. I've made up my mind on the front side. If you've made up your mind on the front side, you're not going to cheat. You're not.
Right.
But this beautiful Aunt Susie made me a birthday cake and she wants me to eat it. What do? I'm not going to see her probably again. I'm not going to have a relationship. I'm not going to be here again. So what I will do is I've learned, number one, that I don't cheat. So putting it on my plate is not going to make me take a bite. Okay. And what I do is I conveniently cut it up into little pieces and I'll spread it around the plate. So it looks like, and I'll stand there, I'll converse, we'll have a great time. Or this could be with wine and alcohol as well. I will have a nice glass with everybody with sparkling bubblies, but I'm going to put lime in it. I am doing everything everybody else is doing in there. I'm socializing. I am looking like the crowd, but I'm not participating in it. Now, if you're a food addict or you're an eating addict, we're going to start to define what those two are. If you are one of those, then you don't want to do that and you want to say, I'm sorry, my health will not allow me to do this.
Right.
Never say I can't have it, because you can have anything you want. Never say I can't. Say I choose not to.
Unless you're allergic to peanuts.
Exactly. Yes. It's the same thing for me. If I had, a bite of if I had a bite of a donut, it's a 30-pound sugar binge. And so it is life or death for me. And so I think it's okay to own the health situation. It's okay to say, no, thank you. No, thank you is a complete sentence. But if I know I'm going to hurt her, I'll push it around my plate. It looks like I'm partaking. I'm not. But that's kind of how I conveniently do that. I won't cheat though. And that's how I've kept the weight off for 7 years. The problem is people compromise. They let the enablers speak into their life, and then they gain a 30-pound gain, and they don't know how it happened. That's how it happened, one bite at a time.
With people that truly love you and respect you as a human being, will understand that this is the lifestyle choice that you have made, and they will back you up.
They will.
I have some great friends that we have been able, like I was talking about before, that we cook at their house or our house, and we kind of have the same things that we like now.
Yeah.
But before we had different things. We would, carb load, all those things. We'd have the bread. They still do, but they provide it for themselves and they eat it. They don't expect us to eat it, but they are respected enough and they love us enough that they know, they're not going to have this. So we'll just, provide this basic, and then we'll add to it with the things that we want.
And the majority of people want to please you. And so it saves you so many steps if you have that hard conversation. Don't hide from it. Have the hard conversation, because they are listening. When I went, I had one of those, those older person's moments where I didn't want to hurt her. And the first meal we had together, I saw her watching my plate. Again, she's 80 years old. I wasn't cheating, but I also didn't want to hurt her. And she was watching my plate. The next night she took us out to a buffet and she sat down. And we love buffets, because then you can choose your own, right? Right? She looked at my plate. She says, "Oh my goodness, you do eat." And the rest of our visit, she had everything. So she watched what was on my plate. She wanted to be a hostess, So if you have those tough conversations, you may think that's mean. You may think, oh, it's all my fault. I'm such a high maintenance person, but they want to please you. and eventually they will adapt to you.
Yeah. And
But
the
when
ones
you,
that the ones that want to sabotage and
Mhm.
don't care are the ones that you probably should just walk away from. And
right,
that's happened for me.
we've
Like
lost friends over it.
we've lost friends that way because we're either too high maintenance now,
Mhm.
or we're too good, or whatever, or who knows what the reasons are. But
Yeah.
just know that you stick close to the people that respect
Yeah.
and understand you
Yeah.
and what you
So
want to
true.
do. Yeah.
So true. You can totally do that. You can totally live a
Mhm.
life clean from poisonous foods and clean from the previous lifestyle that you lived, but you have to be tough.
Yeah.
This is a part of this. People think it's just meal plans. I'll lose weight with meal plans. You won't lose weight with meal plans. You
No.
lose weight by having a spine and saying, no, my life is different now. And
Yeah.
if they're your true friends, they're going to support you. If they do not, do you want toxic in your life? I don't.
Right.
I don't. So,
Yeah.
we hope this has helped you. What we eat in a day is weird. You know, it really, it's whole foods.
Yeah.
If God made
there's some people out there that can make some really great meals, and that are rainbow eaters that
Yeah.
love to have variety, and
Yeah.
but they're very well planned,
Uh-huh.
and they are prepared.
Yeah.
So yeah, there are people out there, but for us, I don't know, we're busy.
Yeah.
But we can still live this
You can do
lifestyle.
this. You can do this busy, or you
Yeah.
can do it when you are the most organized person in the world.
Mhm.
But on the other side of it, the health that you get. And I was talking to somebody I worked out with today, and I was like, I wasted 25 years of my life being obese and making excuses on the wagon, off the wagon. I wasted 25 years of my life with my kids, and I'm going to be 49. You know, I'm like, 25 years is gone. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't run with my kids. I couldn't walk with them because I was so overweight. And so, but a lot of people live from excuse to excuse to excuse. Those people are not successful. They're just not. So you can do this. You can totally do this. We found a new life for sure. So, hey, if you have any questions, if you need a coach, if you're just so tired of going around circles, on the wagon, off the wagon, if you're tired of that, reach out to Coach Darcy or myself. kmhealthcoaching.org is our email, or it's our web address. You can sign up for a free session with us so that we can go through your health profile and see exactly where you fit. But if you're tired of doing this by yourself, we have a whole community of people in our group that is here to support you. So we're here every Tuesday morning at 11 a.m. Coach Monica has a vacation to get to. And so
I'll be here.
So if you have any questions, call Darcy.
Yes.
Call Darcy.
Call me. Give me something to do. I'll have plenty to do.
Oh, yeah. Got to keep our people in line.
I know, yeah.
We love you guys so much. We want health for you. We wish health for you because we're living it now. So, hey, go check out, before you sign off today, go check out either Apple or Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. Listen to this last week. You'll really love it. It talks about how we use our life coaching skills in our practice. So we'll see you next Tuesday, everybody.
Toodles.
Take care.